Just try a little harder than most to stay off the beaten path. Never until I trust until I start looking out. If I doesn't live my life with nobody alone, turns out to blow. Walk the road less traveled by. No more for alone. This is the first time I felt alive. I've never felt so damn good in life. Entire life and it's alright. Got my head above the water. Got the weight of the world off my shoulders.
Alright, what's going on, guys? X21 Guns here, bringing you guys some more Modern Warfare 3. But by the title of this video, you already know what I'm going to talk about. So, I was born in the 90s. I wasn't really big in the whole, the whole gaming thing that was going on in the 90s because I was a little boy. I was still young. And my first game console was obviously the Super Nintendo. My parents got it at a pawn shop, which also purchased me a 19-inch TV with what do you call it, a VHS player built on the bottom of it. At the time, it was the coolest thing ever, but now that I think about it, it was pretty gay. But yeah, my first game console was Super Nintendo, and I had a lot of fun with that. I had games like Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat 2, and Madden 95. For some weird reason, I had a Madden game. I didn't know they made Madden games back then, but obviously they did. And other games that I don't remember, I believe I played Mega Man 7. I don't know what it's called, but it was a Mega Man game, and I played a couple other games that I'm not quite sure. I tried to research them, but I couldn't find them, so I can't bring you guys the name of them. But actually, my Super Nintendo really did not last me that long. I was actually like 5, maybe 6 years old when the Nintendo 64 came out, and I didn't get it right away. I think I waited a year and a half till I asked my parents to get me one, because my my childhood buddy, of course, they always had everything before me, so they influenced me on getting into my own N64, because I used to go over to their house every single day and play. If we weren't playing outside, because this is around the time where kids actually played outside, we actually went out and did stuff like play basketball, soccer, ride our bikes. We had a lot of bike races, even though we didn't bet anything. But yeah, if we weren't doing that, we were at his house playing the N64. And sooner or later, I got my own 64 actually, and I got introduced to my first person shooter game, which was 007 GoldenEye, which I still think is the shit right now. If I had an N64 still, I would still be playing that game, hands down. And the other first person shooter that I had, that I played on that, I didn't really own this game. Doom, I think it was Doom 64. I'm not quite sure what it was. I think it was Doom 2 or the first Doom. I don't know. I don't remember. And of course, I had the Mario Karts, Mario Party, Star Fox 64, and I actually got introduced to Tony Hawk Pro Skater Underground. Was actually the first game that came out, and the first PlayStation was out already at this time. I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know. I don't know, but I remember I rented this game at my local Blockbuster, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater was actually a blue disc, so I was really amazed on. Well, no, it wasn't a blue disc. It was actually a blue cassette, and I was just amazed by it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna play this game, and I fell in love with it. So I had after I rented it, after the 5 days were over, I went to go buy that game because I fell in love with it. I think I beat that game with every pro skater in the game. And I also beat it with the mystery character called Officer Dick, I believe. Yeah, Officer Dick. It was a fat cop and a skateboard. That shit was just fucking amazing. It was a great game. And then Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 came out, which is a yellow cassette, and I was just like, whoa, like, but I didn't really get to beat that game because I actually started getting into PC gaming because my parents bought a computer for the family. But I kind of, adapted the computer, and I started. I don't know how I got that game actually, but I didn't even know this was one of the biggest games in the PC gaming at the moment, at that time actually. Duke Nukem was actually a big game, and I didn't even know I was playing them. Actually, I didn't even know I was playing this game, but until I realized, I researched it. I saw some gameplay, and that was the exact game. You know, Duke Nukem. I was playing that game. I think it was just a demo, but then I started buying first-person shooters, kind of like Call of Duty, but you were like a SWAT team. I don't remember the fucking names of these games. I'm sorry, but yeah, I started playing more first-person shooters, and then I got into racing games like Need for Speed Underground. That was a great game. And then I got Midnight Club 2, and then I stopped playing that stuff for some weird reason. I think I got the PS2, but after the PC gaming, the PlayStation 2 came out. I didn't get it right away. I used to play at my friend's house, like, once again. I used to go to his house and play the PlayStation. I started getting into Resident Evil games and games like that, you know, and racing games. I finally got my first PlayStation 2. I bought it used at a GameStop. I sold my Nintendo 64, my Super Nintendo, and all the games with it, and they didn't give me squat, you know, so I still had to pay a lot of money for my PS2, even though it was used. And I got a couple games for it. I think I got Midnight Club 2 and Need for Speed, and then I got San Andreas, which lasted me till I was like, what, 12? I think it came out when I was like 11 or 12. But yeah, and then middle school came by, and I started hanging out with a different friend because I moved, and his brother just had a GameCube, an Xbox, a PlayStation 2 with all these games just set up at his room and stuff. And when he was at work, we used to play them a lot. So I got introduced to Medal of Honor, Rising Sun, I believe. I think it was Medal of Honor Rising Sun. I'm not quite sure what it was, but after that, I just took a big ass break from games. I took a big ass break from video games. I just stopped playing video games. I thought they were childish. I thought I was grown, and I thought I was a big, you know, I thought I was a big boy. I was 12 years old. You know, I really started getting into really bad things. You know, we got into deep shit, and I'll save that for another commentary. But after I graduated high school, I got my PS3. Modern Warfare 2 was my first Call of Duty game, and now I'm here playing Modern Warfare 3 with you guys. But if you guys got any questions, please leave them on the comment section, because I know I didn't get into really big details because this game is pretty short for what I wanted to say. But I'll see you guys later. Peace.